Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Bastards YouTube show. We're here for post game to talk about back to back wins. That doesn't happen that often. Say that again. Back to back wins for the Red Sox. They beat the Blue Jays this evening by a final score of 7-6. I want to welcome in Brendan. Brendan's back for show number 2. How you doing, Brendan?
Hey Nick, I can't be complaining. Take 2 games off the Jays, trying to rebound off that Marlins series. Starting pitching has improved throughout the season. The bats getting better through it. And you're looking more at those young guys.
So before we start getting into the show, I meant to do this last night. Where can the lovely land of people find you on Twitter? Is there a place that we can go and harass you and follow you and do all that kind of good stuff?
So we have two accounts. I'm
Okay.
trying to grow partnership with the Bastards.
Okay.
The Bay State Sports Pod on
Okay.
Twitter. Brennan Gukin. I'm an owner of both. I enjoy
Okay.
both, and trying to grow a partnership through all people that are passionate through Boston sports.
Love it. Love it. No, I meant to ask last night when we were doing the introduction. That was the one thing I said, damn it, I forgot to say, where can people follow you and get your most up-to-date info? So that's great. So now they can find you on Twitter as well. So let's talk about at the beginning here. We had Kutter Crawford, and Crawford to me has been one of those wild card kind of pitchers. You don't know what to expect really each time he goes out. We don't know if he's better in a starting role or if he's better in a relief role. He's in a starting role because they need him so desperately there to anchor the rotation. Well, he pitched an incredible game today. He went 5 2/3 innings, only 2 runs given up. Looked very, very good. And he did avoid a scare. He took a ball, I think it was off the side of his ribs, and he stayed in the game, toughed it out, ended up coming back for another inning. My biggest thing, and I think your thing as well, what we're going to talk about, was he was only at about 74 pitches. I don't understand the early leash, especially considering the guy that relieved him in that being Winkowski, who's been throwing nothing but meatballs up the plate right now. So I didn't like that choice for Cora to go to, but again, it's who do you go to right now in that pen that you feel warm and fuzzy over outside of Chris Martin?
Oh yeah, Nick. I mean, you're looking at the game 2 games ago against the Miami Marlins. They're short a starter, so they had to do a full bullpen game. They ran Ort in the starting role with Pivetta, and then Winkowski. Winkowski's one of those clutch arms that's supposed to give you at least 2 innings, 2 to 3, and they're relying on him a lot. And you saw what he brought early on in the season. He was lights out for at least 2 innings. And lately, his stuff hasn't had the same command, and he'll let his fastball drop right in the middle of the zone, and he'll give up hits easily. And we saw this earlier in the season as well. It's tough. It's tough with Winkowski. You want him to have better command, putting his fastball on the inside. It's been tough lately, of course, but I think at this point that's his role, and they got away with one today. They got away with one today, Nick.
Yeah, we said it off camera. This was a lucky one here, and we'll get into a little bit more with the offense and then the fireworks of a 9th inning. The other thing I want to ask on the Winkowski thing, and I've said this on the other shows that we've done, is overuse a concern right now for Winkowski? Is this why he's been rusty and not looking like he had been the first couple months of the season? What do you think?
Oh, Nick, I think that's precise what's going on with Josh. They rely on him so heavily in that pen. It's not till recently that Pivetta got moved to the pen. So Winkowski guy to get those bulk innings to set you up for the Martin Jansen combo in the 8th and 9th. And Winkowski has been filling that role all year, and this is really his first year where he's feeling that level of load where he has to bail the Sox through these mid innings, and it's tough. I mean, you had a decent start from Kutter. He got drilled early. That really sucks because I thought he could have went one more. I'm with you on that.
I wanted him to, and I think that would have prolong the bullpen more because I don't feel great about this bullpen currently right now outside of Chris Martin. Even Jensen's shaky right now. So we got lucky. which is great. We'll take luck on our side, but there definitely is some concerning things to think about there.
Yeah, I mean, the Boston Red Sox can really look at the third base coach for the Toronto Blue Jays for sending Bichette to try to win the game off that play when they had it. They have a deep lineup. I've been fearing this lineup every time I play them. Chapman, Bichette, Guerrero,
Vladdy.
Yeah, disgusting.
Even George Springer. I'll even throw into the mix right there. Kevin Biggio. I mean, they're names that are going to get the job done here. Thankfully, on the Red Sox offensive front, we cannot forget about Raffy Devers' performance today, because I did talk about him yesterday. If you remember on the show, we talked about not feeling himself and everything. It was a 3-for-4 showing with a big homer. We had Yoshi again. He is an absolute murderer of the Blue Jays. Outstanding beginning for him against the rivals. And then you also have to talk about Justin Turner. The dude has been nothing but a steady presence on this team, who's really made, in my eyes, kind of forget about JD Martinez, because he's been such a veteran leader that's just, any way you plug him in, he's going to get the job done. So outstanding work on that front from the offense today.
Yeah, I'd say with Justin Turner, what he brings is those intangibles. What I've heard about JD Martinez, an amazing hitter. He's going to be an all-star this year for the LA Dodgers. But was he going to be that with the Red Sox this year? I don't know. It hurts to see him do this in the Dodgers uniform. But what you would hear from JD Martinez was he was in the bullpen, just looking at film, looking at his at-bats instead of being a leader in the locker room, which Justin Turner is, without a doubt.
It's a valid point. It's an absolute valid point. All right, I got to get to the ninth inning. We talked about it. Biggio ended up getting waved in by Wendell Kim over at third base. Wendell Kim used to be the old third base coach for the Red Sox back in the day, and he sadly passed away. But jokingly, anybody who is in that third base realm who does a bad play of sorts, we call them the wave them in Wendells, and that's what happened. Because let's be real here. Does Verdugo really have that much of a cannon for an arm? In my eyes, he doesn't. But he still got the throw to home and nailed Bichette by miles. He was out for miles and miles and miles.
It wasn't even close, Nick. It wasn't even close. It was a terrible call. It was pure desperation out of a team that really shouldn't feel that desperate with the lineup that they have.
Speaking of the lineup, you had a runner on second and third. What would you have done in that situation? Do you pitch to Vlad, or do you put him on first base?
Yeah, if I'm the Red Sox, they got away with one there. They really did. I think that's a situation where you have to be confident in what you can do, where you walk and then you set up the next play for the guy behind Vladdy, because Vladdy will destroy you when he gets a chance. And he almost did. Like, he ripped that.
Sure did.
You know, and
Bichette almost hit a home run in the ninth inning, too.
Yeah.
Verdugo misplayed the ball in right field, and that's kind of what resulted in George Springer was at third, and then Biggio was at Bichette was at second base. But we still got so lucky in that inning. It still blew my mind.
The Boston Red Sox got bailed out in that ninth inning. It was clutch. You know, I'll take it because we're starving for wins nowadays. But they got bailed out by poor coaching and desperation out of the Toronto Blue Jays.
Tip of the cap to you over there, third base coach. We appreciate that anytime. Do it again tomorrow. I want to talk about the probables for tomorrow. We got Garrett Whitlock, 4-3 on the season with a very ugly high 5 ERA, up against Kevin Gausman, who was 7-4 with a 3.01 ERA. Last start out that Gausman had against the Red Sox. If you remember that one, it was a May 4th ball game where he went 3 1/3, 10 hits given up, 8 earned runs. My big thing, though, here with Whitlock is it needs to be a bounce back, because it was a bad outing his last time out. 4 2/3 innings, 6 earned runs against Miami. He did. Who gets the victory in this one on Sunday?
You know, I think Whitlock is going to show you what he's got. You know, he in the beginning of this season, I mean, you're going to figure out his role through this season, whether he is a starter or a reliever. I know you've been singing his praise to put him in the pen, and he would fill that role very well. They're desperate for starters right now, and he wants to show that he can do it. So you're going to see tomorrow night whether he can get you at least 5 innings. If he can do that, I'll take it. I'll definitely take it, especially with this offense against Gausman. I think they can rake. hoping that Garrett Whitlock can get you 5 at least tomorrow.
Are you a Whitlock in the rotation guy or a Whitlock in the bullpen guy?
So I'm a big Hauk in the rotation guy. I want to see him in the rotation. I know Hauk is hurt, and that's part of what's going on here. I know they're desperate. I think Whitlock with that Winkowski rule, if you have 2 of those guys in that pen and you bring in another starter, you're really looking like a legit contending team. I want to see if Whitlock can prove himself in the starting role. So far, I've not been impressed. In the beginning, I definitely was, but lately he's come back down to earth, like a lot of the players.
I look at this one for Whitlock tomorrow as kind of a do or die one for me. Reason being, we're at about the halfway point now for the season. Well, we are at the halfway point season. The All-Star break will be here in about a week. When this whole second half begins, if we have some guys coming back, I think Sale, we have some positive news coming from there. When he comes back, I don't know. But my vision on what I want, if I had what I want, we'd all win. I want Whitlock in the bullpen. I like him better there. I think he's more comfortable there. I think that's the role for him. But yeah, I'm not Chaim Bloom. I'm not an idiot.
No, I'm with you, Nick. I'm with you.
So we'll have to see what happens for tomorrow's finale. Hopefully the Red Sox can pull off a sweep. Hey, and I'll eat humble pie. I called for the Blue Jays to sweep the Red Sox. So keep on going. If I can call you out and you can win, I'm a happy camper. And if Brendan can keep being the lucky charm over here, so be it. Whatever it takes to win. We will see you again on tomorrow's show where we will wrap the series. Have a good night, all.
Thank you so much.